Why most marketing agencies and marketers can't be trusted. And this is specifically for local service businesses, contractors, home services, construction companies, lawyers, dentists, doctors, chiropractors, etc. Okay. There's 4 reasons. After 20 years in the digital marketing world since 2004, I have seen the good, bad, and the ugly of the digital marketing world for local service businesses, and I thought it would be important to put this together. Number 1, little to no results and no transparency. Number 2, ignorance and or laziness. Number 3, too expensive or too cheap. Number 4, most say the same thing. So let's dive in. All right, so little to no results and lack of transparency. So what I've seen in this industry over the past 20 years is a lot of marketers and marketing agencies focus more on vanity metrics. This is clicks, likes, and impressions than they do about getting you real qualified leads that turn into jobs. So focusing on this kind of stuff, right? Hey, we got you more clicks. Hey, we got you more impressions. People are seeing your site. People are clicking through to it. But if you get 1,000 clicks in a month and no calls, that doesn't mean anything, right? And then likes, for those doing social media campaigns. Hey, we reached 379 people. You had 22 engagement, 10 likes, whatever. Okay, but how many of these turned into real jobs? I mean, does it work for branding? Sure, but at the end of the day, is your phone ringing from it, right? Little to no communication or service and lack of transparency as to what is going on with your hard-earned money that you give them every month. I hear this all the time. So what needs to happen is whoever you work with, marketer, agency, whatever, you need to ask them, am I going to get an account manager and are they going to be available whenever I need them? Are they going to, like, for instance, with our company, for the first 90 days, we're touching our customer every week to make sure we're ramping up correctly and everybody's on the same page, right? And then you should be, getting a monthly report on the qualified leads that are coming through, right? We have a saying in our office: clicks, likes, and impressions don't pay the bills. Qualified leads that turn into sales do, right? If you reverse engineer this, we focus on column form tracking to track real qualified leads that turn into jobs. At the end of the day, results are all that matter, right? So you need to work with a company that gets you online visibility, that gets you in qualified leads that are tracked and recorded. And then how many of those went to an opportunity quote? And then how many of those turn into sales, right? That way you can determine ROI. So you need to have something like this. So this is just a random company we work with. So you can see in August of this year, 48 first-time qualified leads. And we actually have recordings of the calls. So we have someone on our team that goes through and listens to the calls and marks them qualified or not. Our clients also have access to this dashboard, so they can mark them, make notes, etc. Full transparency. We're also tracking web form submissions as well. So if somebody calls in looking for a job, that's going to be marked not qualified. If somebody calls in trying to sell you something, that's going to be marked not qualified. But if somebody calls in looking for your service, that's going to be marked qualified. Now, the cool thing is conversation type, first-time conversations. This means that if a qualified lead calls in and fills out a web form, it's not 2 leads, it's 1. If a qualified lead calls in 5 times, it's not 5 leads, it's 1. So first time qualified leads, this client got 48, right, for the month. Another cool thing that we do, or that you need to look for, is an unanswered call report. How is your sales team doing? Are they answering the phone? A good benchmark that we have for our clients is that they have a 90% answer rate. So in August of 2024, this particular company had a 76% answer rate, a little below the 90% benchmark. I do know in September they had a 92% answer rate, so much better, right? But you can use this kind of stuff for training, whether it's your team not answering the phone or if your team says the wrong thing on a phone call. You can use that for internal training. And again, you get a company that offers column form tracking. You want them to give this to you so you have full access and there's 100% transparency, right? And this is looking at this, these are real leads for people that have come in and found them, this particular company, as an example, since they've started getting online visibility. You can see at the beginning of the year, they didn't have any online visibility, just getting started. But as time has gone on, and this is just for, or I'm sorry, this is calls and web forms. But as you can see, as time has gone on, their visibility has improved and they got more and more leads, right? Um, this is, this is the most important thing, because if you reverse engineer a job, or if you reverse engineer it, right, you go, okay, I got this job. All right, where did I get this job from? Well, okay, I quoted it, and then where did I get it from? Okay, it came from somebody searching online for a remodeler near me. Okay, cool. So that came from the local SEO efforts that I'm paying my marketing agency. Great. How much am I paying them? And then you can reverse engineer that all the way back for the course of a month. So if you get 30 first time qualified leads in and your team closes 10 of them and your average ticket is 20 grand, you just got 200,000 in business that you can justify from those leads and see if it's a good ROI or not, if you're making money with the marketing as you should be, right? So, yeah, no more 50-page reports with acronyms that only marketers care about. I've seen this so many times. Marketers care about all those acronyms and all those pages in that report. You don't. You just want results. So, working with a company that offers just a simple column form tracking dashboard like what I showed you, and a monthly qualified lead report that allows you to check ROI, like what I just showed you, right? So, so like what we do is we give the lead reports and go through here and say, oh yeah, Martin closed for 10K, Devin Warner closed for 5K, Armando didn't close yet, etc. And then unanswered calls, obviously, for make sure your team's answering the calls, doing what they need to be doing. And then we just put together a little report just talking about how many leads they got, what their ranking looks like, right? Green, visible, red, not visible. So they're visible in their areas. How many reviews they have, a review link, contact info for their account manager if they need them. I mean, that's what a reputable marketing agency will do for you, right? All right. So the next thing, ignorance, laziness. Oh my gosh, this is probably one of the worst ones I've seen. So as of this recording, there are 140,000 marketers and agencies in the US, and 75% of them, or 105,000, do less than 20,000 a month in revenue. What this means for you is they're either new and inexperienced, and or they have a high turnover for not delivering results. Again, when you decide to work with someone, they need to show you proof of real results from actual customers just like you. Okay. A lot of them can have reviews on a Google page. A lot of them can, maybe even provide references, or maybe they have, testimonials. But the number one thing, proof of real results. The number two and three things, video testimonials from actual clients like you, references from actual clients like you, not their friends, family, and colleagues, right? The other thing I see, learned a little and have deemed themselves an expert and stopped learning or improving. Guys, I've been doing this since 2004. I do not call myself an expert. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. I'm still improving. I'm still investing in myself to offer the best marketing services I can for my clients. And that's the way it should be. I see a lot of guys out there that'll go watch a few YouTube videos, take an online course, and then go tell the world they're an expert, get somebody in and not get them results. And it's just a rinse repeat, right? So some questions you can ask: how many years have you been in business? How many years have you been offering this service for companies like mine? How many customers have you worked with like me? Do they have video testimonials and case studies? Do they have real references? And again, obviously proof of real results. Too expensive or too cheap. I see this one a lot. From my experience, most reputable marketing agencies and marketers charge $1,000 to $5,000 per month. The amount differs depending on services offered, right? And what I did is I actually had Chat GPT go scour the web and cite, like, I think 30 different sources on what is the average marketing agency charge for services. So you can see here, local SEO or SEO only services 1,000 to 2,500 per month, depending on the scope of work, competition, and geography. Paid ads only can be anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 per month, excluding ad spend. And then a combination of local SEO and paid ads, 1,500 to 5,000 plus per month, depending on the agency's involvement and the extent of the campaign. And this is typically what I've seen is somewhere in this, 1,000 to 5,000 per month range. And you really the way you have to look at this, if you've never worked with a marketer before, the way you have to look at this is you can either do it all yourself, right, which is going to take up all your time because you're going to have to spend thousands, tens of thousands of hours trying to figure all this marketing stuff out, and you don't get to actually do what you love, right, which roofing, remodeling, whatever. You're going to have to spend a lot of time and effort trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. You could hire someone in-house, but I can tell you, getting a kid out of college with no real world experience is going to be more than hiring a reputable marketing agency in most cases. If you get somebody with experience, you're going to be paying, 8 to 10K plus a month for someone with experience in digital marketing, especially if they have experience with local service businesses. And then the last thing you can do is outsource to a marketer or marketing agency. But the big thing is, the big thing is you've got to do your due diligence and see if that company can deliver, right? So marketers that charge 300 to 500 a month or around this are typically newer and inexperienced or have a high turnover for not delivering results. Churn and burn, man. They're getting clients in and out. So some examples I want to give you. Let's say that you're a remodeler, right? I just went to Home Depot. I said, what's the average price for a remodel? So I'm seeing, guest bathroom, 14 to 20K, master bathroom could be 30K and up, right? So let's just say hypothetically, you're a remodeler and a prospect or a potential customer wants to do a master bathroom remodel. You quote them 30K. They say, hey, yeah, everything looks good. I'm excited. Everything sounds good. And then they ghost you and you don't know why. Well, you eventually get them back on the phone and they say, well, this other company came by and actually said they could do everything that you did for 10K. What are you going to think when they say that? There's no way. They cut corners. They're using lesser quality materials. They are not properly licensed and insured. They're new and maybe inexperienced. Or maybe they're going to take the deposit and run. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen there, right? Well, it's the exact same in the digital marketing world. You're not going to hire a reputable marketing agency for 300 to 500 a month that's going to get you an extra 30, 40, 50, 100K a month in business. It's just not going to happen. And then the Rolex example, I always use this example. Let's say you're in the market for a Rolex Submariner. I mean, you can see all these prices here, right? And let's say you go somewhere to a watch store and you have an idea of what they are, right? I'm seeing, about 9K to 9K plus, right? You go in this watch store and they say, hey man, I've got the perfect authentic Rolex Submariner for you. It's only $1,000. What are you going to think? It's fake. It's a Folex. There's no way. Again, same thing in the marketing world. If you hire a marketer or marketing agency for 300 to 500 a month, you are just wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and you're going to end up stressed out in a few months because you're going to have to repeat this whole cycle of trying to find someone. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So, you got to do something different. You cannot keep hiring that 500 a month marketer. Let's see here. They all say the same things, right? And not everybody, but a lot of marketers. The thing is, here's the problem. Most marketers learn from, follow, and trust other marketers. They're taking their training courses. They're watching their YouTube videos. They're in networking groups with them. And they're doing whatever they say. They're not testing new things. From what I've seen, most offer SEO and paid ads and very little talk about, I have a blank here for a reason. I used to do back in 2004, 2005, I started with SEO and paid ads just like everybody else. But there was something else that kept popping up in the search engine results page and it caught my attention. And that has been the major focus ever since then It is the map, local SEO. It shows in 93% of searches with local intent. It shows above the SEO results. It's not as hard to get ranked in. It shows reviews and social proof. The consumer can click to call from a search page on a phone. I mean, it's the perfect place to be. So, going back to this, listening to the customer, continuously testing and staying focused on customer results is the only way to win, right? Unfortunately, most marketers that I've seen think they know better and want to focus on what they think is important. Hey man, I'm an expert. We need to do SEO. That's just what I've always done. They don't want to try new things, and that's a problem. So with years of data from tracking hundreds of thousands of calls and web forums, we have found that local SEO and maps produces 75% plus, roughly, of the new qualified leads for our clients. We don't hear other marketers talk about local SEO and maps that much, or the ones that do don't put a strong emphasis on it. But I would say the biggest takeaway, if you're a local service business, that you can take from this video is that you have to focus on local SEO and maps. You've got to get ranked in the top 3, and you have to work on your reviews and social proof. If you get in the top 3, so you're visible, right? You got online visibility. If you have really good reviews or social proof, and then you track those results, you're going to win. You're going to grow. And let me see here. What I want to do is I want to offer you a free local marketing analysis. Okay. You can see what your online visibility looks like compared to your local competition, which competitors are getting the calls that should be going to you, and most importantly, how to beat them. And this is whether you work with us or not. We have there's no pitching, hard selling, or pushing you to do something you don't want to do. We're just providing value to help you make the best decision for your business. And I know it's probably hard to see, but this is just a random example. I have the name blurred out, but for a basement waterproofing company, green means you're visible, so people looking for your services, can see you. Red means you're not visible. So this particular company, all reds, not visible. Now here's the cool thing, and this is something you'll get with a free local marketing analysis, is you can see which of your top competitors are getting the calls that should be going to you. So like in this example, this Dry Pro company owns 100% of the market and is getting all the calls in that area. So knowing this is crucial, right? The biggest thing is knowing what is working, okay? And local SEO maps is definitely working for my 20 years of experience in tracking results. So the next thing is who's winning with it, how to beat, the third thing is how do I beat them, right? You hire a reputable local SEO marketing company to get you ranked in the map and work with you on a review process to get more reviews, and then also track the results so you can determine ROI. Okay. So like I said, there's probably a button or something somewhere around this video. Click on it, set up your free local marketing analysis, and we'll get you some good info on your business. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.